Today's video is all about the granny square. You can make these in different sizes depending on what project you would like to make, and they're great to crochet just about anywhere. Whether you're watching your favorite streamer or visiting with family, they are really fun and portable. So now let's get to the video where I'll explain the process and show you how I make my granny squares. To make the granny square, let's talk about the supplies. Any yarn and any crochet hook will work. If you are unsure of the size of the crochet hook to use, you can go with the size that's recommended on the yarn that you're using. In this video, I'm going to be using I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby. It's a 4 medium weight yarn, and this is the color Desert Glaze. You can use a stitch marker to mark the beginning of the round. That is optional. If you don't have a stitch marker like this, you can also use a scrap piece of yarn. You'll need scissors for the end, cutting your yarn, and over here is a darning needle to weave in the ends. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start with a setup round first. And so in this round, we're going to be making a circle. So what you need to do is you need to take the end of the yarn here and leaving about 4 to maybe 6 inches of yarn at the end, you're going to make a slip knot. Place your crochet hook into the loop of that slip knot and cinch down around the loop on the crochet hook, not too tightly. And now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to slip stitch into the first chain that you made. So insert your crochet hook into that first chain. Bring the yarn through the chain and through the loop on your hook. Okay, now you've made a circle, and it's hard to see this circle, so using your fingers, gently pull on either side of that chain. And then you see there where my nails come through. There is the hole of your circle. Okay, now we will start with round 1. For round 1, we are going to be making the middle of the granny square. This little, it looks like a little plus sign right here. That is what we're going to be making for round 1. So we'll go ahead and pick up where we left off. We begin round 1 making the stitches in the center of this circle. I'm going to put my hook right into the center of the circle and bring up a loop. 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Now in that left leg of that stitch, I'm going to insert my hook and bring up a loop, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is a stacked single crochet. That is the stitch that you start the round with. So we will mark this stitch. I've got a scrap piece of yarn here, and I'm just going to use my darning needle to insert the darning needle into the top of that stitch. Bring this through that scrap piece of yarn. That will mark the top of that stacked single crochet, so for when we come back around. Now make 2 double crochet right next to the stacked single crochet. There's 1. There's 2. Now chain 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to make 3 more double crochet into the center of this circle. When you are working in this circle and you're making the stitches, work over this yarn tail, just holding it behind the circle. You'll be able to work over it. So 3 double crochet here. 1, 2, 3. Then chain 2 and make another 3 double crochet into the center of that circle. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, 1, 2. We need to make another 3 double crochet in the center of the circle. If it's getting too close in here when you're making the next set of stitches, go ahead and pull down just gently the stitches that you've made, and that'll open up more space. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you want to have 4 of these clusters. The 3 double crochet are referred to as clusters or granny clusters, and you want 4 of them. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need to connect the last stitch with the first stitch and close the round. And to do that, we will be making a half double crochet. So yarn over hook, and we're going to insert our hook into that top stitch right where your stitch marker is. Okay. Bring through the yarn, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, bring the yarn through all 3 loops on the hook, and you've made a half double crochet to close the round. There we have it. You can turn your work and pull up on that tail to close the circle. Just gently. That'll close the circle for you. And there you have round 1 complete. In round 2 here, we will be making the corners only. This is what it looks like. It's just going to be the corners. It's a little harder to see on the full granny square what's happening in round 2. So here's a little swatch. Just corners only for round 2. So let's begin. We've just ended round 1, and we're going to need to turn our work. So turn like you're turning back a page of a book. I'm going to move this yarn tail out of the way on the bottom. You've got your working yarn here in the front. So just when you make your first stitch, have that yarn behind the hook. Have the hook in the front of that working yarn when we make our first stitch. And all of the rounds are going to begin the same way. You're going to make a stacked single crochet and 2 double crochet into the same space. And this space is right here, right under where your crochet hook is. So we're going to insert our hook into that space and make the stacked single crochet. And 2 double crochet. Here's 1. Here's 2. Now chain 1. And going into this next space over here. See, here's the cluster. Come over where this space is and make a corner. In the corner is 3 double crochet. There's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. And another 3 double crochet in this same corner. I need to get more yarn here. There's 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to pull that up so you can see. This is a corner. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. In between the corners, we will chain 1. And then here in this corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. There's 3 double crochet, chain 2, and another 3 double crochet right in the same space. 1, 2, and 3. For the next corner, first we chain 1 and then 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet. I keep running out of yarn and having to pull more out of the skein. Okay, there's that corner complete. Chain 1, and now we are back at the beginning. Now I didn't mark the top of that stitch, but I will show you how to identify it if you do not want to use a stitch marker. So in the same space where we started, we're going to make 3 double crochet. Here's 1, 2, there's 3. So now we need to make that half double crochet to join the last stitch with the first stitch. And if you're not sure how to identify the top of that stacked single crochet stitch, what you can do is if you look at your stitches here, this is the top of this double crochet stitch. This is the top of this double crochet stitch. So there's 2 V's these are real easy to see, those V's on the top of the double crochet. Now this one is top of the stacked single is slightly angled from these 2 double crochets. So let's make a half double crochet into the top of that stacked single. And that will end the round. Okay. That is the end of round 2. Before we begin round 3, I'd like to explain why round 3 is a repeat round. There will be 5 easy steps that you will complete for the round from the beginning all the way to the end. These steps will be the same for round 3 and every round thereafter until the granny square is as big as you like and you're ready to finish the granny square. Round 3, repeat round. Step 1, turn your work like you are turning back a page of a book. In this corner, right below your crochet hook here, make a stacked single crochet and 2 double crochet. Step 2, chain 1, 3 double crochet in every space along the side until you reach a corner. So here's our chain 1, 3 double crochet in every space along the side until we reach a corner. That is step 2. We have reached a corner. Step 3, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the corner space. Chain 1, there's 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, in this corner space here. Step 4 is just to repeat step 2 and 3 around the granny square until you get back to where you started. Okay? So step 2 again, remember we chain 1 and we 3 double crochet in every space along the side until we reach the corner. Step 3, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the corner space. There's our chain 1, that completes step 3. So we're going to alternate between step 2 and 3. That's what step 4 is telling us. To repeat step 2 and 3 around the granny square until we get back to where we started. Okay, so here is the side. Here is a side space. Step 2 is to chain 1 and 3 double crochet in every space along the side. Step 3, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet. In that corner space. We're on the side. In the side space, we chain 1. I chained the 1, and we put 3 double crochet in that space along the side until we get to a corner. And I am back to where I started from. When we get back to where we started from, we end by completing step 2. Chain 1 and 3 double crochet in the same space that we started in. Step 5, join and close the round with a half double crochet into the top of the stacked single crochet stitch. Yarn over the hook, insert hook into the top of that stacked single crochet, and complete the half double crochet. That ends round 3, the repeat round. Okay, I'm going to show you here on the 3-round swatch how to finish the granny square. But you can make this granny square as big as you would like to. Follow those 5 steps. Make it as big as you like. You're ready to finish. And to join and close the round, instead of for making that half double crochet, I want to make it so that the corner looks more like the other corners. Okay, I'd like the corner to be nice and rounded. So to do that, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to chain 2, just like we do in the other corners. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the stacked single crochet. Just simply insert your hook, pull the yarn through the top of that stacked single crochet and through the loop on the hook. That is a slip stitch. Now chain 1 and cut your yarn. So leave enough yarn to weave in the end. Cut the yarn and go ahead, pull up on that loop. Snug this down on your work a little bit, and we need to weave in the ends. So we'll get our darning needle. When I weave in my ends, this is how I like to do it. I'm going to bring my hook, or bring the darning needle through the top of the double crochet stitch here, like that. Back through the next double crochet top of that stitch. Bring the yarn. And then I like to come across the top of these stitches here along the side to this corner. And I'll show you how I do that. I take my hook, the darning needle, bring it through the back loop only of the stitches along the side, the top of those stitches along the side. Through. Here at the corner, I'm going to take it, the darning needle, through the top of the stitch there. Turn this around. And I just sort of follow the stitches on the back here. Poke it through here. And then I'll come back up here. Okay. Okay. That end isn't going to go anywhere. It is in there good. And trim this down a little bit. I leave this little tail here because when I join my squares together, I will know where I've ended that. I crochet over that with the join when I join all my granny squares together. And then in the back here, I like to go around one time. So 1, 2, 3. When you're coming back here, just go right behind these stitches, okay? And, you know, just make sure you're not distorting your stitches or coming through the top. You'll be able to just get the back of the stitch there. And we are all done weaving the ends in. We are done with the granny square for as big as you wanted it. This I showed you completed 3 rounds, but yours will be however big you want to make it. I will be making my next project with a 5 round granny square right here. Okay, and so folks, that's going to do it for today's video on how to make a granny square. If you'd like to see a video on what I'll be making any kind of thing like that, I would be happy to make another video to show you like what I'm going to be doing. I'll be making a throw blanket. And also, if you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will do my best to answer them. So until next time, happy crocheting!